And we're recording. So, if you're tuning in today, you should smash that like button and definitely obliterate that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me how bad I am as a keeper down below. I will definitely reply to every single one of them because you'll probably be the first person to comment. So, um, good evening, Brian and Grace, and everybody else who may listen.
Oh,
Hello.
yellow.
We are once again playing Tachyon Dreams this evening. Does anybody remember? I personally need a bit of a refresher about last session. Um, uh,
Well, uh, some kind of weird vegetable hive mind kind of possessed a doctor
mhm.
um who was a bit of a mad scientist and um we took care of it. That's what happened.
But I don't think it was destroyed completely, was it?
Well, we destroyed the big brain thing,
Mm.
but um kind of at that fade to black moment we see like a rabbit being a little mossed up, I think.
Yeah, yeah. You definitely there was like that cinematic fade to black, wait for the sequel type moment, but for now, I will say you have put that particular mystery to rest for the time being. Um, uh, I may dig that up for future fodder, but tonight I was gonna move a bit
Fuck.
forward. Um, You know, last that whole incident at uh, like mezzanine arboretum, well, didn't go unnoticed. Ultimately,
Mm.
you
Oh yeah, feather in our cap.
well, it's
Yeah.
certainly earned you some nicknames back at the station.
Uh
The
huh.
Mossy Boys. Um,
Hey. I
I thought that was a good
Yeah,
idea, but
folks.
I just can't come up with enough good names to insult you guys with. But they do the hypothetical they that are harassing you, haranguing you, not really harassing.
Oh.
But the public too. Ultimately,
Oh.
there's crazies out there. There's crazies of all sorts. Getting your name in the paper means, or in the zines, or in the feeds. We'll go with the
Mhm.
feeds. um Means it, there's a you're in their zeitgeist, their local cultural zeitgeist, so
The
you
signal.
guys do somewhat get recognized. Anyway, sorry, go ahead, Zach.
No, I said the signal.
Yeah, the signal.
Beam. The signal. The wide beam.
Right. The camera pulls back on our heroes walking Dr. Cornwall
Mhm.
towards the lights. He's hanging his head. Marybeth encourages his blank eyes with promising studies on neural nanobots. Pull back further away and song. Focus on small rabbit wrapped with a bit of moss. Roll credits. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, pretty much what you said.
Oh,
Oh,
um,
verbatim. Most. That's lovely.
so yeah, you guys come, you turn heads, whether you like it or not, when you come into work in the morning. Um, your captain, uh, always gives you a grumble, but So the past few assignments you've had have been pretty kind of I don't know, like simpleton, like straightforward assignments to she can't how can I put this? She doesn't want to constantly she doesn't want to treat you like superheroes or anything like that, right? She doesn't want to pretend like you didn't
Mhm.
just fall, ass forward into these incidents and find your way out. Um,
Mhm.
so it's not like she's assigning you high value assignments. But today, um, there has been already on the feeds this morning, uh, 15. Let me read my notes before I start to completely talk out of my bottom. Yeah, yesterday evening, approximately a dozen individuals uh, independently converged on a uh, I have written down a 3D print shop. I called it Kinko's Max Plus. Um, all converged on a Kinko's Max Plus last night, killing two people. Three of them were killed in the incident, but um, it's all very strange. Your captain kind of leans forward to you, she gives you this gruff look. What's her name? Captain Oric?
Commander Obrecht.
Obrek, Commander Obrek, my bad. Thank you. Um yeah, she kind of leans over and gives you a grumble and she's like for some reason they were asking you for this one or asking for you guys for this one. And you see it's this kind of like high profile case. 15 random individuals just attack this random Kinkos killing two people. Kind of no rhyme or reason to it. Um, and none of the individuals were apprehended. Although all of them were kind of caught on cam, the police did not show up in a reasonable amount of time, and none of them were apprehended. And again, even though they were all caught on cam, uh, they were not able to track any of them down. They didn't return any of their usual known haunts.
How many were killed?
Two, two. I'm using the
Two
word
innocents and three attackers.
Okay.
correct.
But I guess five civilians.
Mhm. Was it a robbery, or what was the motive?
Listen, they haven't quite finished cleaning up down there. I suggest you just go down there and have a peep around. Have a peek around yourself. For I'm a
Oh, okay.
little busy here dealing with the politics, and she'll point over to the conference room where there's a bunch of nosy reporter types, and she will send you on your way.
Yeah, we'll nod at her knowingly, like, we got this.
Okay, as long as you've got this. I don't like this
Hmm.
being my thing. I'm gonna pull this.
Well, that's a bit of good news, isn't it? I mean, they asked for a special. That must mean somebody thinks we're doing a good job, huh?
Oh, I hope that's the scenario. I really do.
I can't think of any other reason.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't mean to be cynical, but unless it's a case that nobody wants to touch, you just throw it our way.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't mean to be cynical. Let's hope you are.
Oh, they are both on the same goddamn thing.
Unless they want our star to fall. No. I guess we'll proceed to the Kinko's Max Plus. What it is?
Mhm.
Kinko's Max Plus. What sector is it in? Is it like seedy, strictly business combination, residential business?
Yeah. Is
What's the vibe? What's the vibe going? What's the
I'm
neighborhood?
trying to strangle my fucking computer. Okay. What's the vibe? The Kinko's
Is it a
Max Plus is located on. I think I wrote it down. What hell if I didn't have like 15 fucking things on? It was located not very low. It was in a pretty I don't know, it's not like a hoity-toity or anything. It's a bit basic business district, equivalent to your modern strip mall type thing, or your more contemporary strip mall type thing. Long kind of um, serpentine corridors travel through somewhat claustrophobic tunnels in the levels. They, I mean, you've been we've all been in and around the New York City subway system and how it's kind of labyrinthian and there's corridors everywhere. Think of that kind of underground feeling. Only there are
Gotcha.
also like shops lining walls and stuff like that.
Okay. Guess we'll proceed to the crime scene. It's still ongoing.
Yeah, you guys show up. No real trouble getting there. Um, there is a lot of looky loos, rubberneckers. Um, those who trying to get their nose into your business. And no, you come across this scene. You do notice that as you come in, all of the 3D printers um, in front look effectively undisturbed, and in fact, you notice that your counterparts are kind of huddled in the back um, of the 3D printer location of the Kinko's Max Plus.
Are the bodies still there?
Yeah, I know it's future times,
Okay.
but in my head they've put holographic outlines of the bodies on the
So the
positioning.
okay, so the physical bodies.
You know what? In my head, it's even cooler. I'm gonna go one bigger. There's like this almost holographic recreation repeatedly happening in like in 3D space in the room. The AI calculated um actions. Like it's not like the actual activity that happened in the room, but based on blood splatter and body
Ooh.
position, it's given this kind of animated death sequence.
So I'm going to tap into that feed. My
What, you don't
That
like
is
that?
actually pretty awesome. I like it. I think it's
I
really
like
cool.
it a lot. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think that's
Or just
brilliant.
have AI scan the room and do all the blood pattern analysis and
That's probably would be because it's just all right. We'll just scan it into the AI crime scene bot and let that do the work.
Mhm.
Ostensibly, so there's no human error in collection of evidence, safeguarding.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just spit it out. I don't know. Murder Scaninator
murder,
005.
murder scan, murder scan 5,000.
CSI bot 900. Um,
So we would have access to that information. Okay. Uh, Zok is just going to kind of take a look at that if it kind of repeats itself, almost like a loop, like a trailer loop. He's just going to take a few moments to see what the AI interpretation of what happened. Just kind of have the scene unfold. Um,
yeah, as
so
you
does it
kind
look
of
like?
examine it looks like this. I don't want to say that like there's the true body, but there's these almost Manila um looking like crash test dummy like silhouettes that it's using
Mhm.
in place of like real human bodies. Um, and as you notice that there's no by the patterns, it looks like the people who were killed.
Mhm.
They how could I put this? There wasn't a lot of movement. As they stood when they died, they didn't seem to crawl around or anything. They just kind of bled out and laid there dead, not moving or trying to crawl away. Um, the sorry, I should say when you come into the room, you notice quite obviously that there's been more. I should have given you more than just this. When you enter the room, there's blood splattered all over the place. There are automatic weapons um, by all of
Okay.
the dead bodies, and you notice that there is a distinctly different type of 3D printer in here in the back room, and by all
Okay.
accounts, they have been manufacturing illegal firearms or
Oh,
illegal
okay.
weapons. Um, the by the looks of it, the two bodies that seem like they were in the room in the first place, kind of in the back of the room, uh, look like hired thugs, effectively. Um, presumably as security.
Mhm.
And the other three bodies are very plain clothes in a almost odd way. Like they look like anybody off the street, not like a thug or someone who has any kind of military training or anything like that. It is like a 35-year-old house mom or like 35 not house mom, but a 35-year-old woman,
Mhm.
a 42-year-old man and like a 26-year-old woman. They don't look particularly related either racially or um,
Mhm.
socially.
Hmm. What now? Looking at this, was there camera footage, like video surveillance of what happened? You said they were caught on
Absolutely.
surveillance camera. So I guess the AI is are they recreating, utilizing the surveillance footage too in this artificially intelligence enhanced diorama of the crime scene?
The
This animated diorama.
for reasons, uh, not narrative reasons, but for nefarious reasons, there were no cameras in this room, in the rooms that they were
Oh, okay.
manufacturing the illegal firearms. However, they were able to scrape a little data off some of the cameras um, that do kind of face in the building. However,
Mhm.
it's it's not great data. The doors closed on the cameras after about 5 seconds, but they did capture that the three that all 15 people entered the main lobby, the large kind of floor space lobby. The three that were found dead were the three that first entered the room. They entered immediately. There was gunfire. Um, and then the remaining uh, 9 people. Oh, wait, yeah, 15 and then, yeah, okay, okay. I couldn't remember if I said a dozen or 15. I thought I said, yeah, yesterday a dozen individuals.
Yes, doesn't.
So then a dozen minus 3 is
Sorry,
9.
you said
That's because I originally said. That's because your
it's
dumb
fine.
boyfriend changed the number at about I don't know,
You're
an
There
hour
are
and a
fine.
half
I've
ago.
updated. I'm
five
all caught up.
deaths total.
Yeah, no. So the remaining 9 individuals, also equally on you can see on the camera, equally a very diverse bunch. You can put it that way. Uh, they enter the room, do not seem to give any regard to the dead bodies, their presumed, you know, accomplices. Do not give them any regard. Well, effectively step over them and the other bodies of the thugs. Uh, gather up all of the hardware, all of the weapons, and leave. Not really giving a shit about cameras or anything. In fact, they look um, uh, like autonomous, or not autonomous, but robotic.
Hmm. Hmm.
I I want to check out the replication station that has been manufacturing illegal weapons.
Okay.
I mean,
What are you looking for?
well, it's not exactly typically Kinko certified to manufacture these weapons, so I kind of want to see if I can tell such things as at what scale maybe it's been making them, for how long, how many different kinds. I don't know. Anything that might be helpful to know.
So as you do notice that they are they're all kind of modified Kinko's Max Plus branded printers that have been. It looks like you kind of poke your finger at the on screen uh, interface, and you just give some kind of idea, because it, just like all printers, it gives like a cycles and everything else, and it says it's run at least 15,000 prints, and there's 8 printers of this type in here. You can't guarantee what each print was, how successful they particularly were, but the print process has been run at least, what did I say, 15,000 times.
Yeah.
You don't know. It's hard to determine when these were taken out of service. I mean, you don't know if those first 13,000 were out on the showroom floor, or out on the main floor, and the last
Right.
2,000 were back here, or what. But um, by the looks of it, you and the piles of weapons, the piles, maybe a little exaggerating, that they were able to take out of here, um, that they were manufacturing pretty regularly, probably at least 15 to 20 full firearms a day worth of production.
Hmm.
That's a lot of guns.
Yeah.
And they're all modified. What?
Oh, they're all heavily modified Kinko Max Plus printers, brand
Oh, right,
printers.
right, yeah.
The weapons themselves aren't. They're just, they're manufactured weapons of
Gotcha.
various. It looks like on the video there were like a rifle and a pistol and maybe something else. I don't know. 2 different types of rifles. There we go. Shotguns. There we go. Shotguns, rifles, and pistols. We'll just
Hmm.
the basics.
Yeah. think we're gonna have to also the owner are these. This is a franchise,
Yes.
so they're all individually owned and operated. I would assume.
Yes.
Um, so I think the next step is to find out who owned it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look into that.
The manager of the establishment was actually already apprehended. If
Okay.
you or rustled up, he was not on
Oh,
site at the time. I mean, I guess you could go interrogate him if you so desire.
Well, he's in custody, correct? So,
Correct.
um, that could wait. He's not going anywhere. But we definitely need to talk to him to see how he's involved.
Hmm.
Um, there's no way to determine. Hmm,
No, ask what you're trying to determine.
um,
I'm not trying to be
no, it
obtuse.
doesn't
Trust
make.
me.
No, 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 no. I'm trying to word my question. My question in a way that makes sense. Um, do we? I guess we'd have to go into any talks of. I guess related to factions, to terroristic factions that would want this amount of firearms, or what's the geopolitical not on a Pioneer Station, but maybe surrounding it. I forget. Pioneer Station is we're pretty far out. Is that what I initially thought? Like what systems are we near?
You're
Trying to get
you're in orbit of a moon that is in orbit of Jupiter.
right, Jupiter,
Calypso.
Calypso. So try to get the what's the political vibe? Is there like terroristic factions spouting off whatever political manifesto dogma? Is there unrest anywhere? There's a lot of weapons to be cranked out here.
would we
So,
recognize any of them as such either?
hmm,
Maybe even.
Recognize
Um,
what is such? Sorry.
any of the people who came in here, or any of the dead people who were here as, I don't know, members of political factions that would bother each other.
yeah, I would run everybody. The known dead, the store owner, employees first to see if there's any hits pop up or any red flags.
Yeah. Like any, oh, well, I mean, that's the Jets and the Sharks for you. Anything like that.
The comms and the yang. The little old stud.
So you're trying to find out if like it was a gang hit or something. There's some kind of gang related.
Or some kind of rivalry, more of a political nature, but
Yeah,
yeah.
not necessarily gang or whatever. We won't let we'll use all our options.
No,
We'll
absolutely.
put political terrorist groups or gangs. The whole kit and caboodle will go into computer working.
um. Sure. Give me an investigate a mystery.
Second is sharp. Here's my stats. +1. Okay. 10. Yep.
Nice.
So you're looking into their like political affiliations, kind of gang affiliations,
Criminal,
criminal,
political, whatever.
You know,
specifically the people dead or the people that ran the Kinko's Max Plus?
Everybody.
Everybody in the room. Okay.
Yeah. Whoever's here, whoever information we have.
True to intuition, the dead people that don't look like thugs seem to have a very fairly diverse um, set of backgrounds, occupations, affiliations, but probably most notably, they are all lower middle class. There's nobody that's particularly poor, and there's nobody that's particularly well off. Um,
Mhm.
That's probably the most anything that really jumps out at you. The weapons manufacturing, although you wish it wasn't quite so uh, prevalent, is a problem. 3D printing, especially mixed with some of the modern technologies brought in by other species, has let basically backroom weapons manufacturing to run rampant. Um, and it's very difficult to control, given all the cargo running in and out of Pioneer Station these days. Um, so as for specific gang affiliations or kind of who's running, they could be and probably are trying to sell to everybody and anybody. Um, if that makes sense.
It does, but then what would our most likely, I guess, conclusion be for people coming in and shooting them up and taking the guns just that they wanted some guns and so now they've got them? Or
And there's no info on the owners, the employees. So they're all.
Most
This
of
is
the
every.
employees, except for like the thugs in the back, seem to be mostly. There's like a one person that works behind the counter, and most of the rest of the shop is pretty heavily automated. And the young kid behind the counter seems as ignorant as everybody else. When they started marching into the back, you can see him on camera, kind of telling them, "You can't go back there. You don't go back there. You can't go back there. You shouldn't go back there." And
Right.
he tries to get them to stop, and he just cowers under the counter thereafter.
so how many total staff people were there then? Because there were the two
There was
two
the
staff
one
people that died, right?
right. There were two thugs in the back who were just basically there to make sure nobody waltzed in and robbed the place.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
there was the one staff on duty, manning the main print room,
Oh, okay.
doing the actual job of Kinko's Max Plus,
Mm.
which is still affiliated with UPS, FedEx, DHL, Max Plus,
Mm.
Digital Plus,
Yeah,
or
but
something.
um, question is how, with this amount of illegal firearms being manufactured, how could the employees not know, or were they all in on it?
Oh,
Something
I just
happened.
assumed they were all in on it.
I
They have
yeah,
to be.
Is that
turning a blind eye ultimately.
Okay. Okay.
and then how many of the intruders were killed? So there were two
Two.
two thug okay.
Two
Oh
thugs,
no.
Oh,
two
okay.
thugs,
My
and three of the randos died. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So the thugs was security for the place, right?
Yeah,
Okay, but they weren't part of the. They were just security hired guns that
yeah.
didn't do right. Okay.
They weren't expecting to be accosted by 15 people at once.
No, no, probably not.
Okay, so their backgrounds and the three people. the employees, nothing sends out what we're saying that we know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Feel like I'm leaving something out. Is there anything I can help with?
No, no, I'm just saying. Okay, so also, you said they looked like they were robotic, um,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever feed that they were caught on,
Mm-hmm.
let's see if we can enhance that feed.
Sure.
Zoom in. Um, how are they dressed? Um, any scars, marks, or
That is a
tattoos?
as an
Any-
interesting and very poignant question, Zok. How are they dressed? They are dressed. Some of them look like they literally just got out of bed. Some of them
okay.
look like some of them are in their pajamas. Two of them are naked,
Oh, oh my! This is not
and
the.
all of them. Some of them are in like sweats and other various levels of clothing. Some of them
Hmm.
look like they left work.
Hmm. This is highly unusual. Startling. What are their movements like? You said robotic, but mm, hmm.
So the three that busted through the door in the camera, you can see are the only three initially armed, and one is holding a like a machete. The other is holding a assault rifle, and the other is holding a pistol. And none of them look military trained in particular. Um, the one with the assault rifle looks like a tough guy. He is in sweatpants and a sweatshirt. Um, and they barge to the door, do not even have a word. And you can see that in the back, from the what camera view you can get, as the door swings closed, they don't even look like they scan the room. They just start shooting at them. Uh, or basically just scan the room and start shooting. There's no like discussion or stop, or it's like they step into the room and start unloading weapons. Um, as for the people that remain inside the main lobby, the main print room, they're like stiff as a board. They walked in stiff as a board, very regimented and to robotic drone like
Mhm.
appearance in movement and activity, body language.
Just in, grab weapons, out.
I mean, actually stiff body gestures,
Mhm.
not just
So
cold
like they're
in and
being
out. I mean, they are stiff in yeah, like they aren't in full, like they're being marionetted or puppeted,
Mhm.
They're the puppet master. Hmm. Somebody's pulling the strings.
and they don't blink.
Oh no.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh right, and there's Tamtors and humans,
So it's a
and
hodgepodge.
it's a complete podge of Hodge.
Hmm.
However, the
Hmm.
three dead at your feet are human.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, too, I'm going to put in, just for the heck of it, toxicology reports on the three and all the dead. If there's anything, I don't know.
Oh, you're looking for tech.
Because the three
Do you want just the bodies are still here? I apologize. I should say the
oh,
bodies
I
are
thought,
here.
oh,
Oh,
you said
yeah, we thought that
okay.
the holograms were there
Oh,
instead
I'm
of the
deeply
bodies. Like the
apologize.
bodies were
I
taken.
didn't realize I'd given that. I
Okay.
deeply apologize.
Okay. Well then, yeah, I think we'll both check out body.
Yeah,
You go that way
absolutely.
also this way. We'll
Oops.
work our
I
way to
wasn't
the
trying to
north.
be that
Yeah.
annoying.
Oh, no,
No,
no, no,
I just
no, no. We
No,
no.
I
just
know.
figured that was the like first on site people came and took the
No,
bodies
you're
and set
good.
up this helpful hologram.
Yeah, so do a detailed inventory of what's on these people, head to toe. Take
Yeah,
all personal belongings and yeah, look for any
Sure.
wounds.
Go ahead and give
I
Anything.
me what?
I I just imagine that we both have like a standard issue piece of equipment where you just kind of poke it into the person and it extracts a little blood and then it gives you a little report and
Docs report.
yeah,
Like a
that
meet them.
and probably some other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you are, Mary Beth, apparently the voluntary phlebotomist, um, well, you go ahead and sop up some samples from the floor. Uh, Z- okay, no, you take them directly from the bodies that there should be from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're a professional
Stop
after
it
all.
up.
Stop it. I like that.
Stop it up.
Zok, when you lean in and you start checking out the bodies, and your first thought is to check out their um they even have a little thing that says the 3 bodies /PC forensics. Um you notice that all 3 bodies have this identical wetware jacked into what I'm referring to as their skin net, which is a
Mhm.
super common. In fact, you both probably have one bioneural hardware interface. And you would use this to, and you like while you went down there, is you would look for it and use it to effectively tap into the last few moments of their brain, but
Mm.
you can see that they're currently hooked up to something else. This kind of identical wetware. I'm just gonna say it's a very fancy, high tech, advanced body augmentation type of thing. It's
So
basically
all these
hacking your
three have
body.
it.
Yep.
Yeah. High tech body augmentation.
Yeah.
Oh. Like what does it do?
Yeah. Can we? How could? Yeah. Can we?
Mary Beth is pretty into body mods.
No.
What
Yeah.
does it
I would.
do?
Comment.
I would
Sorry. Go
call
ahead.
her over. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Mary Beth, you have some experience with body augmentation. Perhaps you would have some insight to this type of high tech neural wet
Um.
Have I seen
skin.
it before?
Marymouth, go ahead and give me not an act under pressure, but I guess you can investigate the mystery.
Investigate the shit out of it.
Okay. Don't throw your dice off the table though. Okay. And that is a 6.
Ooh, can I help?
Sure.
But I would give you a 7. So let's see. Help out.
Yeah.
Help out is oh my god, I should know this by now.
Cool, baby.
Oh, I am a little clueless too. I'm like, I thought that was a 5.
No worries.
Oh man. I swear I've heard of something like it. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought I knew.
Slips my mind. Yeah. I do level up though, so I'm gonna
There you
figure that out in a minute.
go. Yeah, even though you don't immediately recognize the wetware, that's probably because all the hardware where you would normally find like VIN numbers, hardware, serial identification for these, they've all been blacked out. Um, and Zok, as you also try to kind of further examine the firmware, you try to get to a more of a low level identification. Someone has done a extremely thorough job of anonymizing this wetware. You also,
Mm.
and Mary Beth, another one of the reasons you have trouble identifying it is because it is very new. You're like, this is some bleeding edge shit.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is these things are usually used when people are doing particular like welcome to the gig economy, and I have stuff for you, but basically people wear these as almost as punch cards sometimes depending on your job, but these are like in my head it's effectively like a matrix jack that kind of goes right below your right lobe right here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. She's gonna.
But no, this is a pretty. But yeah, the new hotness is definitely this stuff is very very high tech. Anyway, it would be used. A lot of it's for AR VR interface with the net, and then of course, as I said, it's used for other um more tracky type ways, and
Mm.
just it's just basically a human bioneural interface that a
Uh-huh.
multi-purpose. It's like a USB for your brain.
Okay, and how big is it?
I want to say it's like a thumb plug. I think it's big. Like,
And it's just like under their ear, like over here-ish, or here about? I
yeah,
don't
but
know.
it is part of like a skin network that kind of spiders on your body.
Mm-hmm.
In the Peter F. Hamilton novels, the Commonwealth saga novels, he talks at great length about their interconnected tattoos and how the very rich get them in these absolutely intricate, pulsating, multicolor things, and how it all interfaces directly with their body.
That sounds cool, yeah.
No, it's
Mm.
super neat. But yeah, this is my kind of mix of that and like the Matrix kind of thing.
Cool. Well,
And you all have access to it too.
yeah, but theirs sounds cooler than mine.
It is.
What all can we tell from it? Like, can we try and get a sense for where the other, what, 12 of them might be using using one of their, I don't know, things to bridge backwards to them?
Yes. If they're possibly
You?
connected.
Not really. But you do.
Oh, wow. That felt personal how you said it like that.
You. Anybody
You
else? You.
incompetent. You nincompoop. No.
Just
Um
a Blackfoot.
the basically all of these signs point to black market stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um
Oh.
and
Hmm.
again, this is I guess I should say like putting two things together. This is extremely expensive wetware. This is not this is like military grade high end.
Hmm.
I mean, that's the impression I had.
Okay.
Maybe.
But
And
why
it being
these lower to middle class people have it? Because they couldn't be able to afford this. So how do they get access to it?
Well,
How
my
was it?
guess is that somebody gave it to them in order to marionette them,
Oh
but
yeah.
I
Right.
don't I don't really understand what all of that why all of that means that mm, I don't know, maybe
Well,
I
that's the
want
key because normally they couldn't afford this, so obviously this
Right.
is given to them, or somebody gave it to them for nefarious purposes. So, uh,
Well,
hmm.
do you know somebody who maybe would know something about these that we could talk to? Or I just feel like finding the other 12 people is important, and I'm trying to figure out a way to do that.
Well, we could interrogate the owner of the Kinko's Mac to see if he has any insight we could
Yeah.
glean, or perhaps when they do the autopsies on these bodies. Now, this wetware, is it just this? Is it that's like what you're saying? It's kind of like this USB port. Like
Mm-hmm.
how much is hardware installed into the by the ear? Is it a small um, device and it just plugs into your neural system?
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
if you're at all familiar with the putting together of a computer, there's things called like um video cards effectively. My thought process is that they have like the next level prototype graphics card.
okay.
Um like beyond, like, to put it in context for today, probably the
Mhm.
most advanced consumer electronic GPU is the NVIDIA GTX or RTX 3090, and this would effectively be like the RTX 5090 or some ridiculous.
Oh, that's how far into the future you can think. 50, 90,
Right.
30.
They're very slow in
I was
naming
trying
their
to
new
bring it into
thing
contemporary times to make it more relatable, but also fuck you.
Perhaps we could expedite the autopsy on at least one of these and have it removed. And because Doc's really not into the IT technology, but do these types of devices have markers, manufacturing stamp, perhaps?
Well, that's
You
what
don't
you
know.
did, right? That's what you tried to do. You went real low level. You tried to
Oh,
look at
okay. I
some
didn't know.
markers. No, I understand. No, you like went into the hardware level and tried to look for
Did
those
okay, okay,
markers.
okay, got it. Yes,
Um,
instead. Sorry.
Scrubbing like
Mm.
this, you recognize as black market work that you would need that these kind of anonymizing efforts come from just like you would want to scrub serial numbers off of stolen guns.
You'd
Oh,
have to, yeah.
or
Okay.
any gun. Yeah, you just need a more high tech level of scraping off serial number. And that's effectively what's happened, or at least what it looks like has happened in this.
Gotcha. Now,
Um,
okay. Well, it's either definitely talk to the owner. Then it's looking for whatever. I guess you would have to research where one would acquire this technology, this black market technology. There's got to be a PC
mhm.
or
Yeah.
kind of get into at least be pointed in a direction where to go.
Yeah.
So
But before we leave, I'm just gonna take like one last kind of look around to make sure I'm not
100%.
missing anything obvious.
100%. Oh, that was you doing it. That was you doing that. Okay. Are you trying to
yeah.
investigate the mystery again? Is that what you're trying to do? Well, I guess what does this look like? What does that look like? How does Mary Beth?
She's literally gonna look around and like, I don't know, look over the bodies a little bit and watch the hologram go one or two more times and go, to see if
The
anything new
printers.
occurs to her.
It's really remarkable. You do notice that one of the thugs is wearing calico cut pants. You're very surprised because you thought only that one boyfriend from a few years ago wore calico cut pants, but this guy seems to have
Okay.
the exact same pattern on his near the crotch of his pants.
Okay. No.
Some
I
So
I
things
tell
never
Zoc
this
go out
is
of
about
this is a really bad reference to a
it's
television
a
show.
stupid reference to a stupidly good show. All right. So Marybeth tells Zoc about that on the way back to headquarters, and we're gonna go.
Okay, you can tell Zoc about calico cut pants while I get some more brisk. I'll be right back.
I guess certain fashion never goes out of style.
It's a really dumb video. I'll send it to you. But
Oh, thank you.
actually, it looks like it's not on there. The internet, I mean. I mean
That's not on
YouTube
the internet.
specifically. It's
Not
on the show itself, but I couldn't find the
what show is it?
cut. So it's on this really silly sketch show called I Think You Should Leave.
Oh yeah.
And it's I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson, and there are 2 seasons, and it is just
Crazy.
unique, yeah. They're really, really silly, and I've never seen anything else like it, but I don't really know how to put it.
I'm surprised it's not available on YouTube. That's shocking.
Well, specific um
Oh,
clips of
specific.
it are, but
Yeah.
I think they don't want the whole thing on there anyway. Michael's
Gotcha.
back.
All right.
No, I did not at all, actually. I just told him about how it's not on YouTube, but he should watch the show that is on Netflix. Also, I think you're still muted.
Yep.
Good old calico cut pants.
Yeah. So we head back?
Yes.
The joke is that there's a website where they have pictures of people's pants, and it looks like they've dribbled piss on their pants. And you go to Calico Cut Pants to prove that that's how your pants are supposed to look. And you donate to Calico Cut Pants to keep the site alive.
Because of course they
That's the
don't
whole
actually make
joke.
the pants and
Yeah,
sell
they
it, so
don't.
they have no way to make
But
money, to keep the servers up, to keep the site up.
you know,
So they need your donations, and it's really imperative.
the whole premise is a fake site, so it doesn't look like you peed your pants or dribbled piss on your pants.
Yeah. And that it's very
It's
important
fucking
that you give.
hilarious. I wish it was on you. It's absolutely hilarious.
Anyway, yeah.
No, you guys would know that I mean, there's some seedy parts to Pioneer Station, okay?
Of course.
It's been around a couple of decades, and you know, these corridors get dark in some of the more old and deeply seated recesses. And ultimately, yeah, no, you would know that there are places that you would refer to as the back stacks. Basically hab stacks, which are little more than some, you know, a container converted into a living pod. It can uncomfortably sleep too, and but they are but in these kind of serpentine alleyways that are in the back of the station, you will find these kind of pop-up markets and these kind of pop-up black markets where goods will be fenced in a very rapid, virtually unmanageable or enforceable way. Like they will literally be up. Someone will say, "Hey, these are fake watches," and then a cop will come by in like 3 hours, and that guy hasn't been here in 2 hours and 45 minutes. So. But yeah, no, you guys are definitely aware of areas of Heidner Station that this kind of work could get done.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing? No, you're
Nah,
fine. I'm messing with you. Because all this while you guys are, I'm gonna say, walking back to, I don't know, where do you guys go after? What is your next destination?
Well, we were gonna go talk to the owner of Kinko's.
Oh, right. You're
In
gonna go
custody.
Kinko's Max Plus, right?
Yeah.
Kinko's Max Plus Prime.
Ultra.
Ultra.
yeah.
Premium Platinum.
That's right. Don't you forget it.
Platinum Max Prime. Prime Maximum Platinum.
I mean, when you think about it, that's the way that royalties' names and titles used to be, right? Like Duchess of the Empire of the beautiful lake of the with the chalice, and I have the vessel, and there's, you know.
Oh, you're making the Laxwana reference
No,
where
I'm really talking about old titles from like old-timey times.
I just remember Laxwana has that big debate is
Has
that
the chalice.
yeah, the chalice of this and the blah 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 that. And she's like, you know what the chalice is? It's a pot I keep your father in or something like that on the shelf. But it's like some ancient artifact that she's the bearer of the chalice of Clendelau or, some bullshit. Anyway, no. As you guys are headed back to the station to interrogate the Kinko's Max Plus manager, what the fuck? That's his actual full fucking name?
That's the full title, yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, isn't that just like Ultra Plus Super Max
No,
Premium
yeah.
Platinum?
No, you're right. You're right. As you guys are walking back to the station, a mass message flashes up on every big screen, ad wall, and side an AR ad location with a kind of this cloaked individual blasting out demands. And we have the the Eversolar under our control. And then it flashes over to the Eversolar. If you know, the Eversolar is a long haul slick freighter. Its primary cargo is referred to as slick. Why this is important is because slick is a chemical used in the process of forced pterogenesis, an irreversible process that indiscriminately kills any xenofauna, rendering worlds that would have otherwise been hostile and therefore inhospitable to humans, Tamtors, etc. neutralized, leaving all flora intact. So an effectively functional biosphere with none of the animals.
Oh.
So that's that slick is a major component of that. The problem is it's extremely volatile, and highly toxic for obvious reasons. It helps, Anyway, uh, they their demands are tri-national corporation reveal all of their black ops like corporate holdings, like all reveal tri-national is an absolutely enormous galactic mega corporation. It bought up Pepsi a couple of years ago, so it's fucking huge.
That's Disney it acquired, so yeah.
Yeah. So they're staring at Disney, so
Oh my, they have the mouth now.
I see. But they want them to come clean.
Yep.
Huh?
Come clean or they will. And he seems to be very, very adamant. They will absolutely 100% blow up the Eversolar. And then it flashes over to what seemed to be the the cockpit, the command center of the Eversolar. And it looks like 3 of the people, and in fact, one of them is you recognize immediately because they are not actually fully clothed. They're wearing like their night clothes. Fully armed with weapons that clearly seem to have been stolen by, you may have recognized the manufacturer. Are currently standing drone-like, dead-eyed into the camera on the bridge of the Eversolar.
And did this hooded figure say if whatever it is, was part of a kind of faction?
Yes.
Did it
I wrote it down.
kind of give a little bit of their manifesto before they made its terrorist demands? Kind of there's a little bit of political screed.
Yes. The hacker group name he says, I represent. I have a voice modulator thing. I was going to use it, but then I decided not to. Group's name is Samizdat. 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 I don't know if it actually means anything. They are a known self-righteous ethical hacktivist group.
Activists, I like it.
Activist group.
Now, when this guy's going over his manifesto, Zok is going to go on his pomade.
Palm Pilot.
And Palm Pilot, sorry. Pomade.
No.
What is it? Pomade?
We called it something else. I don't remember what we called them.
What do we call it? Oh my god, why do we trip over this? It's palm something.
Hollow pads, hollow palms or something. Because they
His
came out
hollow
from
palm.
our palms and they were little holograms.
Yeah. I thought it was a palm. So yeah, hollow palm. He's going to activate and type in, and on the screen pops up the hollow. Punch in this terrorist group and whatever information he can glean. And obviously share it with Marybeth on her hollow palm. Are they prone to violence? Because if they're like a hacktivist group, like kind of like you said, a self-righteous activist group, would violence be?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not like Greenpeace or something. Not that they're terrorists, but Is violence part of their ethos?
Well, he was gonna blow up the Ever Solar, right? Isn't that
Yeah. Well, it's not.
Yeah, I
See, I
mean it's
should
violent,
emphasize.
but it.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, is this like a new thing for them? Like, did they evolve, or is this just that they've done this kind of thing before? That's what.
Not at this scale. Robbing
gotcha?
a black market or backroom weapons manufacturer, and then threatening to. And I was going to say, emphasize that the Ever Solar is currently docked here on Pioneer Station. This would be
Okay.
the
Okay.
collateral damage would be in the at least probably tens of thousands of casualties.
Okay.
This is definitely an escalation. They have been associated with some more petty type activities, causing mayhem and havoc amongst like 3D printing stations, data storage facilities that they nuked, and it caused a bunch of corporate, you know, rowing and sore whatever thorn in their side, but nothing lost research kind of stuff. Not
Yeah. So this is now they're going into real terrorist
yeah,
territory. Hmm. So really, it's kind of not what they've been doing. Hmm.
absolutely.
To Zach, that's a little bit of another flag. If they're anti-corporate, anti-corporation, why would they want to kill potentially thousands of innocent people aboard a station? It just doesn't. It seems kind of incongruous with their methodology. Um, that's Zach's interpretation.
Fair enough.
Um,
Well, then
hmm.
who's new? Is it him who's new or them? Like, are these 12 people even affiliated? 15 previously people even affiliated with the Samizdat? Whatever.
Yeah.
Or, um, or not.
I mean, like I said, when you did like a preliminary, no, none of them, nothing
Okay,
popped
what
up
about
and it was
him?
like, with who?
The
The hooded.
guy.
The hooded figure. It was like obfuscated. It's like,
Okay, too hard to
Okay.
tell.
like here I was gonna do the voice here. What should I do? I'm not gonna. Anyway, um, I got these things so I could do some pre-recorded canned recordings for Mothership, so I could give you guys like,
Ooh.
so I could give you like logs, like pre-recorded canned logs, and you can do crazy
Danger.
stuff with the voice. So you can be like, hold on, I'll give you a taste. I'll give you a taste. Help, help! They're coming for me. I can't. I can't. They're. It's. Help me. They're getting closer. Is it cutting out like it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
or is it not working?
It's
What's
cutting out
what's wrong, Grace? Why do you make that weird face?
because
There
you're
we go.
you're you're helping it cut out a little extra,
I
and
know.
and and it doesn't do it any favors because it's already gonna cut out.
Oh, I'm bad. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's just that I can hear you,
Oh,
and I can tell that some of what you're saying isn't coming over because you're helping yourself cut out even more.
that's
I don't know
true.
how to work.
No, that's true. I know exactly what you're saying. Anyway, now that I've
Anyway,
completely digressed,
I'm sorry.
it's not your
Um,
fault.
okay, so they didn't used to kill people like this. Now
Now they're
there are
threatening. Yeah,
12,
blow people up.
12 people glassy-eyed on there with him. I assume there's 12 of them. All 12 of them are there. There could be maybe 8 of them going off and getting even more stuff for all I know, because I don't think we see 12 people. We just see some, right?
Yeah, you see the three holding weapons on the bridge. That's the word I was looking for. The bridge of the Ever Solar.
Mhm. Okay.
Mm.
Um,
So,
do we know a lot about the Ever Solar itself,
mm, if
or
it's
is it just a rando ship?
Yeah, I named it after the Evergreen corporate. You know, the Evergreen, the one that got stuck in the canal.
Sure.
You know,
No, I'm
people are the
terrible.
worst. You don't remember that giant freaking cargo ship that got stuck
oh
in the
yeah, the
called the Ever
kind of yeah
whatever it's called, like the
in the
Everflow or
Panama Canal, wherever it was, and it
yeah, no,
just blocked it. Kind of like trying to do a K turn and just
yeah, I
got
think it's the
stuck.
Suez or
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
Suez.
yeah,
Yeah, the Suez.
something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mm.
I think it's Evergreen Corporation. There's like the Mega Shipping Corporation. All of their ships are Ever something, like Ever Solar or Ever Given or Ever Ready. Not
Mm.
even joking. Jesus, you people are the worst.
You people.
My
You
sweet
people.
cultural references fall on deafest of ears.
I mean, Brian got it, so there.
There.
One
Um,
1.5.
yeah.
Uh,
All right. So
so
these, yeah, go ahead.
now I'm thinking. So if this Everthal is docked to Parnas Station, and Tri-National must have a huge stake Pioneer Station, right?
Yeah.
I would assume
Mm-hmm.
that it practically probably owns it. Um,
Certain like chunks, percentages for sure. Yeah.
yeah. So
Corporate, hab rings and stuff like that. Sorry, Grace. What?
Um, did did Commander Oberk say just who asked for us before? I forget.
Uh, the
no,
ins-
she didn't specify.
the insinuation was someone above her
Hmm.
that like the mayor. There we go, the mayor. Get those new hot shots on this case.
Okay, but not like
Great movie trope.
okay.
Yes, yeah. Uh, but Zok thinks real quick uh, that they're probably going to plan some type of. I think there's plans in the work to storm the Eversolar. I bet too.
Oh,
Certainly seems reasonable.
You know, I would think there's a backup contingency plan to. If we can't. I don't know where we fit into this big thing, but I think there's other plans in progress. Probably one to take that from these terrorists. I can see that being on the table. So
mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have a ticking clock, so to speak.
Oh, probably.
Hmm. So I, um, my thoughts would be, I guess maybe we could try to interrogate this doofus who runs it. I don't know how much, yeah, how high up in the food chain he is.
The guy who
Um,
runs the Kinkos, you mean?
yeah, if he could point us in the right direction, or just go right to try to figure out how to hack this wetware. Maybe we could disrupt it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that would be great if there's some kind of way that we could do that, either disrupt it or cause some kind of blowback or something.
Yeah, that's my thought. Um,
All right.
so it depends on what would be the most advantageous, or most the best course. Either try to interrogate the guy, or it's like a dead end. Because what is he gonna know? 'Cause he's a low level ghost. Like who's gonna how? What is he gonna be privy to? I don't know.
Hmm.
Or we start looking for go to those hab stacks.
Well,
Um,
what specifically has Tri-National Corporation probably done to pick off or to piss off the Samizdat guy?
yeah, I guess we could look into Tri-National's holdings there, see if we can. But do you think their records would be sanitized? maybe we'd have to go to the dark web, get the truth.
Maybe.
How much if we do like the Tachyon Dreams version of Google, Oracle, whatever you want to call it, whatever feed, tap in. I don't know. What do
Yeah.
we
I mean,
know?
what are you
No
thinking? Tell me what
journalist.
you're thinking. I'm more than on board, so just let me know. Give me 1 second. I'm here. I'm listening. I got
Okay,
mute.
because Mary Beth and I are thinking like, what does Trinational? What does that have anything to hide? Big galactic mega corporation
Well,
probably does have a lot of bones.
Yeah, no, they
yeah,
definitely
I'm
have
sure
things
they've
to
got
hide.
lots to hide, but like specifically, have they done something to either piss off
This group in
this
particular.
group? Yeah. Or some
Yeah.
specific
I
member of
mean,
it.
the slick is picked for a very specific reason. The Trinational Corporation has been contracted recently by a let's just go with Tamtor, another Tamtor corporation to help them terraform, terragenesis these a set of planets that by all other accounts have no reason to be obliterated. Like the fauna eh, are, they didn't do anything wrong. They're just literally being eradicated from the face of this
Right.
planet solely because they exist. And they are
Well,
effectively considered a nuisance. So they have been contracted to help neutralize at least 3 different planets in a nearby solar system, and they don't agree.
Dear.
so, so kind of like a Greenpeace type thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh dear. Yeah, no, that's not right. You can't let that happen. We can't let that happen.
No, which in particular?
You can't just ruin everything on a planet like that. That makes sense.
But and bloweth all up the kingdom come. They don't
I
porridge.
mean,
Hmm.
every species has its right to its
Oh no.
place in this universe. Hmm. Maybe there's some way that we can reason with them, or some way that we can make sure that nobody gets blown up and nobody gets slicked.
Yeah. Hmm.
I want to say it says something about me that now some of the evilest things I've come up with, from my perspective, are the killing of innocent animals. Just like,
Well, it makes narrative sense that this is. And I like the slick. I mean, it all ties in. Um,
I mean,
but I just mean the
any.
Mobita was a big
oh
monster, and
yeah,
now
yeah.
Mhm.
eco terror thing.
Given some time, any planet's local fauna could attain sentience
Hmm.
one day. Pressure, time,
Oh,
some water, and a little bit of dirt. That's all it takes.
bad thing is, I was thinking if we could hack the wet, disengage the Ever Solar from Pioneer Station, but then those people would die. Like if they were going to blow it up, let's
Interesting.
see if they can get the pilots to disengage, maybe get off. That's ah, perhaps to kill two birds with one stone. Pardon the very poor pun. Um, is hack the wetware. People who are holding the place hostage. Get everybody off the
Okay.
Ever Solar onto Pioneer Station and set it adrift. And then if it has to blow up, oh wow, it blows up in space.
Right.
No great loss if it leaks out or it becomes lost to the vacuum of space, the ship itself.
Yeah, we gotta
If it
work
just
with
floats
this
away.
guy and just minimize the loss of life.
Well, we could do it without. No, let the yeah. Um, But if Trinational is not going to budge, then we'll just have to do what we have to do. So I think we should
Yeah.
start there. I think we have to start there and hack this. That's Zach's uh angle. Unless we have something else I'm overlooking.
No. That's step one. Let's do it.
All right. So we'll just let the Kinko's guy sit in the cooler, let him simmer on ice. That makes no sense. Just let him stew
Well,
in the cooler.
Tamtor's and temperature aren't really.
Yeah, he has a problem with his, metaphors and um, analogies. So let him simmer on ice, and then let's see if we can go to the backstacks,
Sure.
to the tech places where we can perhaps. And I'm gonna see. Can we take one of these devices from one of the bodies? Would we be able to secure that?
Absolutely.
And then we'll have
Hmm.
some frame of reference for these
Yeah, I mean, I'm
techno.
using air quotes, checked it out with one of the techs there at the crime scene.
Mhm.
Um,
To remove it.
yeah. And you have it in, like, in a little baggie, evidence
Oh,
baggie.
this way. If they play stupid, I could shove it in their face like all the tech,
Exactly.
like Harrison Ford in Blade Runner. Goes to the snake merchant, Abdul Salam.
Yeah, nothing. You guys make it to the backstacks. Um, I wrote down B27, the backstacks. Um,
Bingo.
absolutely, yeah, B for bingo. Absolutely plastered in big screen ads, like, um, I don't know, downtown New York. Um,
Times Square.
Times Square.
Compact.
Just, yeah, people. Um, there's kiosks. Some of them look legitimate. Some of them not so legitimate. That's not your job. That's not why you're here. Um,
Mhm.
um, but you notice there are a lot of, and I gotta get the name. They're called. If I could find my mouse, it would be. Here we go. Human CCTVs.
Mhm.
They go hand in hand with the other, or rather the. So there's three types of streetwalkers here in the stacks. There are the mobile AR ad hubs, which are literally walking, talking ads. Um, you are projecting just in AR form a constant stream of ads in a bubble around you. You're a billboard. You're a walking billboard.
Mhm.
If you've ever been to Vegas, they have those trucks that run up and down the roads. I think probably New York too. That just drive up and down the main strip. It's literally a fucking ad. And
Mhm.
human CCTVs. These are cyber optic implant required people. Effectively, you are a low level type of security, but more importantly, you're usually contracted out to surreptitiously suck information out of the people around you. It is a type of
Mhm.
physical biometric data gathering for, well, information is a commodity these days, and you know, they're
Mhm.
collecting it. And of course,
Ugh.
the third type of streetwalker, the classic streetwalker, your um, sex salon and nines, your robo sluts, and your traditional normal prostitutes.
Ugh. That The biometric data siphoning bots in particular just sound like such a potential real thing that could happen
It
in the
does.
future, but I hate the world a lot.
Yes, that I think that's coming. Sadly.
Yeah, just here, you just get a little implant and you just live your life like that from now on and you get paid a little bit of money. Ooh,
Parasite.
no, you get free subscriptions to these yeah. Oh God.
$25 off your first 3 orders, up to $75 off
Oh golly.
within your
So,
first 4 purchases. Um,
Mm,
what's wrong, Preagle?
the world.
the world.
True. True.
Yeah,
We're on one of the bizarro timelines.
So what's for sale around here apart from information?
everything. I'm gonna say
It is a
everything.
bazaar, right? It is a market and bazaar this time of day. Um,
Anything cool though? Anything catch my eye? Anything like I don't
Oh, do
know.
you want more augmentation? I don't
Oh yeah. Any
know.
cool body mods for sale or being hawked?
sure. Let me see. I have a thing. You want a table? You want something weird?
Something weird.
I just feel like Mary Beth would do window shopping here,
Oh,
at the very
absolutely.
True.
least.
As we're
True.
going,
True.
yeah, she's.
Plus,
Well,
it's
while
been
we're
a few
here,
days since our last case, and I feel like Mary Beth is not good at
Excuse me.
holding on to her money long.
she's a little restless and impulsive spending. While
I'm
Mary
trying to.
Beth is
Yeah. Go ahead.
window shop. No, as you're looking at it, well, Mary Beth is kind of ooh and I like, ooh, what can I get? Doc is gonna collate some data on
Mm-hmm.
his Hollow Palm, with databases from security and other uh, databases to kind of zero in on where they should go. Now, they're not going to just go blindly and just hold up this
Absolutely.
piece of tech, and shove it into people's faces. So he's going to try to pinpoint with as much accuracy as possible where to go in B27 stacks.
So practical.
So he's oh, Mary Beth is like, ooh, I could really use that cybernetic tail.
Hey, ooh.
He's like, ooh, let me do this. Gives her time to window shop. He's tapping.
Okay. Um. Where was it? Mary Beth, what really catches your eye is you've heard about it, you've wanted to try it. It's Smeat, otherwise
Sweet.
known
Oh
as
dear.
Smart Meat, or pick your flavor. Each bite is whatever animal you want it to be. Smeat. Um, it's a kind of hybrid bio protein that interfaces with your taste buds and your wetware and can give you whatever flavor you want it to be. It's kind of like the Matrix steak. It could be anything.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I don't know what Mary Beth would be interested in. I feel like it can't have any sense of sentience.
No, it's
Um,
grown. It's a specialty grown protein.
right. Okay. Well, then she'll go for some kind of, I don't know, tasty salmon or something. Some equivalent.
Well, you buy this meat. You choose the flavor. So you don't have to buy a specific
Ooh, I can
flavor.
just oh, okay. I thought I had to pick what it was when I buy it. Okay, I will get some meat then.
Some
No, it's
Smeat.
got it emits its own AR aura, and so when it approaches your mouth, you have the option to select what the flavor is going to be as you try to put it as you begin to put it in your mouth. You can have it set to a default flavor, or otherwise, uh, it will continue to use the same flavor you picked last time.
Cool.
It's all coming out of my
Nom nom
bottom, so.
nom.
Nom nom nom. Peanut butter and bacon. Nom nom nom. I don't know. I
As
just made
you're kind of give me a investigative mystery, Zok.
Ooh, 11.
Perfect. You do kind of a quick scan of the people around you, and um you see that there are at least a couple,
Excuse me.
at least on the down low, people purporting to be um like high, what can I say? I want to say like phone repair shops, but far more electronic repair store just seems a little too blasé. But that kind of thing. They deal in high end wetware, merchandising, body augmentation, things like that. Um, I didn't say Mary Beth honed in on these body aug places because they aren't necessarily um reputable and advertise themselves directly, if that makes sense. Um and you got distracted by Smeat. You've been hearing about Smeat for a while now.
Oh
And
my god. I'm probably telling Zach about it by now.
Zach is
Like
just.
every single bite,
he's like, this could
you can
taste like
pick
crickets. You
like
like
this.
crickets?
It can be whale and then horse and then
Horse.
zebra and
Horse.
then like whatever you want.
What are you, French now?
Zach has. Zach has a slightly like, wouldn't to say, not disgust, but if he had an eyebrow, he'd be arching it a la Mr. Spock. You know? Just kind of
I'm
like a little bit of a gas that like, it's just. I'll take your word for it if it's lovely. I don't know if I'd want to put anything in my mouth called smeat.
Oh, no, it's
But
a
then
treat.
again, mm,
Smeat, it's a treat, you know? You heard the ads.
yes. Oh, incessantly.
It's
True.
literally whatever you're craving. Smeat.
It's what you wanna eat.
Smeat.
Smeat. Oh my god, that's awesome. But yeah, well, Zach's died, so he should talk. But I don't know anything that my food is augmented. I don't know. Hopefully, it doesn't cause any problems down the road. None of the Pennsylvania Quick Step later on.
Because because if
Lou.
you're 11, Brian, I'm sorry, Zoc, as it continues to scan and you kind of do this deep dive into um, the area, you're able to tap into some security cameras and go through some logs, and you actually see um, several of the people pop up on the security logs 3 weeks ago.
Hmm.
You don't have video, but you do have face logs of basically people who, because it'd be far too data intensive to constantly save the video files, but they do keep a running registry of seen faces in the area and register
Okay.
them. And uh, it looks like at least 8 of them were seen in this location 3 weeks ago, all on the same day.
Hmm. I share this with Mary Beth. This is what I've gleaned while you're eating your meat.
Dear. And I haven't had any yet. I'm waiting until I get home to enjoy
Oh,
it.
you haven't? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. I thought you were eating on the fly.
No, I put it in my bag. I can wait. I can pace myself, Zok.
Okay. I just figured, you caught up in all the moment. You should indulge a bit. I guess
No.
business first.
But that's all good to know.
Alrighty. Just a quick aside. I could go to 9:15, but I have to call it then.
Okay.
Sad to say. So,
Oh
um,
no, I was just about you.
yeah,
I was going to feed you
I
one more
know.
thing because of your
Okay.
11.
Well,
Okay, yeah,
we'll feed
I'll
it.
go. I could probably go maybe to 9:20. So it's
No,
20
it's
minutes.
fine.
Okay.
9:15 is fine.
No,
Okay.
it's fine. It's
I'm intrigued. This has really
fine.
piqued my interest.
There's only one other person who who um who was here in that same type. So this all happened. They all showed up and show up in the log within 3 hours of each other. Um,
Okay.
and the only person that shows up being in that general area right now, that was in this area right now, is one of the CCTV people,
Hmm.
the human CCTVs.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you want me to read the
Mhm.
actual description of the human CCTV? Cyber optic
Please.
implants are required, and you must allow remote admin level via an easy to install backdoor, which may not be so easy to remove, as well as as well as sign a non-disclosure agreement. Your agent will give you your area of operation for the day, usually a department store, car park, 7-Eleven, college campus, or similar, along with a schedule for minimal bathroom breaks. Just pray they cut the feed for that. That's their
Oh
job.
man. That reminds me of the book The Circle. They made a movie too with that guy who's in everything, Tom Hanks.
I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about.
It's the one that's all about the girl who wears the thing so that people can watch her whole life, and she calls it going transparent or something. The Circle, yeah. People can see her entire life.
It's scary.
You're on mute, I think, because I don't hear you properly.
The
Yep.
Circle or whatever. Not to be
Yeah,
confused with
yeah.
one with Scarlett Johansson, I think. That was like a completely different movie, same name.
True,
Anyway.
true.
Yeah, she was like an alien sucker of life.
Oh,
Probably
I
best.
poor
think
Colin.
the skin that was called Skin. Yeah.
Mm, well,
But no, there's a human CCTV um who regularly does her rounds through this area
Hmm.
that was also around 3 weeks
it was
ago
there.
when they all logged in around here around 8 o'clock. Or not 8 o'clock, around the 3 hour window.
Maybe we should try to see who this is. This female CCTV.
Yeah, we'll have to check into her. We'll have
Hmm.
to try and figure out who she is, how long she's been a CCTV, and what her relationships are to all of the.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sorry if I left you guys kind of hanging there a little bit. I didn't mean to.
Oh,
It was my
No,
fault
no,
for implying that the bodies weren't there. I think we would have been through this a lot fucking faster had I not given you the
no.
impression that they were just outlines there. Because
It's okay. It really didn't impact it all. It wasn't like, oh shit, now we
no.
have to reconfigure. No, it
No, I
was
gotta
fine.
be honest with you. I think it would have been exactly the same amount of time. I think we were
Oh
just
yeah,
looking at different things one by one. That's
yeah.
just, we were being meticulous, damn it.
Yes, we were like legitimate investigators. I think we're trying to think like investigators.
Yeah.
I think it
Well,
works. We're not. Oh, let's go to the computer and put all the stuff into the computer.
Yeah.
Try to solve it that way. At least where it makes sense to analyze data, like Grace with the meat thermometer, like the toxicology. Like that's a great because I can see that happening where you have that
Mhm.
device, stick it in the body, takes a sample of blood, oxygen, blah blah blah, in the body, and you could get that information. So, and all the
Yeah.
things we do that kind of pound a little bit of gumshoe, pound the pavement a little bit. We have some political stuff possibly thrown in. Yeah, the whole
Mhm.
uh, kitchen sink, but it doesn't feel like it's not what I read the article, not red herrings. Is it?
Yeah.
All right. You know what I mean? Things do make sense. It's not. I love British mysteries, but they are famous for throwing a red herring, like just to the point where it's like, okay, stop. It's too much.
Yeah.
Um, but
Now, I will say this. I like a good red herring in a mystery novel, but
yes.
that's because a red herring is for an audience, and
Mhm,
players are
mhm.
not an audience. They are
Yeah,
players,
They're
not
players.
characters. And
yeah.
and and it's just mean to do red herrings on your players.
Uh,
Like,
unless it serves another purpose, which really it doesn't, unless it somehow
yeah.
fits, or it's an entertainment value where it makes you laugh. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
Yeah, no, no, no. I think if players know that that's on the table at least, then
Yeah,
that might
yeah.
be different, but
Maybe, yeah, but not to say, aha, I steered you in a completely wrong direction. All that time we wasted,
right.
2 sessions. Yeah, aha.
That's what I would say for sure.
Yes, definitely. No, I agree. Red herrings are good to watch on